Hey guys, welcome back to Watch All About. Apologies for the radio silence. A lot's happened in the past few weeks. I've got a new job, so just not quite had the time to be able to do any reviews, do any videos, so apologies for that. However, here I am, and in this video, we're going to look at a watch accessory. Now, if one thing's for sure, I love watch accessories, in particular travel cases. Now, I don't particularly travel very often, but when I do really like having a high quality travel case to house an additional watch, which I'm sure many of you do. It must look cool, of course, but most importantly, it should provide excellent protection, ideally in a very transportable package. After all, when you're traveling, space tends to be a luxury we always take for granted. This is the RENITOR travel case. Let's check it out. But when I first laid eyes on the RENITOR travel case, I knew immediately that I wanted to check it out. It's made in a similar vein to the excellent Pelican cases, and if you don't know what they are, then certainly Google it. It's remarkable that we don't see more watch travel cases like this. One that springs to mind is I really love the 1111 single watch case, which is actually made by Pelican, but it's also 4 times the price of the RENITOR at 95 quid. So at 23.99, is the RENITOR single watch travel case worth it? Let's check it out. So first, the specs, dimensions, 135mm wide, 55mm high, 95mm deep, and it has a weight of 202 grams, obviously without a watch. With a watch in, that will almost double. So it's more or less the weight of a heavy watch. You can get it from Amazon or eBay, and as I mentioned before, the price is £23.99. So firstly, let's start from the outside. It's made with a hard ABS outer shell, featuring a raised crisscross pattern to keep things interesting, and it's good for grip as well when you're holding it. It does feel reassuringly hard and sturdy when you handle it as well. ABS has a strong resistance to corrosive chemicals and physical impacts too, and is commonly used for things like Lego and plug sockets. The RENITOR logo is printed in white ink in the center of the top there. So the fact that it's ABS makes it rather shockproof and crush-proof, which is obviously very good properties to have for a travel companion, especially if you have an expensive watch in here. And with the, if I open it up, with the rubber O-ring seal, RENITOR also claimed that it's waterproof. Now, I'm not sure on the details on that, and I'm not really willing to put it to the test, but it should offer you some measure of protection should there be moisture around or if it plops in the water. Opening and closing the case can be a struggle at times to the very tight steel and the sturdy clasp. Personally, I'd rather it be that way than it be really loose and floppy, because at least it's guaranteed to be reliable and it's unlikely to pop open on its own. You can see it, like you have to get a really good grip on it, but that's fine by me. Now, RENITOR state that the case can fit watches up to 65mm in diameter and 20mm in height. Now, I have no doubts about the diameter because the actual space will take it, but the height will be a bit of a squeeze. Because the top of the watch is secured against an egg box style foam inner to the lid, and that really keeps the watch in place. You know, when you close it, it pushes against it, keeps it in there. The Flexifit insert is a more sturdy shaped foam block which pushes snugly into the cutout, as you can see there. Shape of it seems to work reasonably well. However, the finishing on this one leaves a bit to the imagination. It's a shame to see like a number of channels almost scratched into the surface. However, you know, whilst it's obviously unsightly, it doesn't affect the performance of the insert at all. In fact, it's pretty much perfectly sized for my pretty average 7-inch wrist. So the watches on my bracelets, as you can see there, this is my Christopher Trident, pretty much fit like an absolute glove. So if I just show you putting that in there. So now if I shut it, you can see there, I mean, this is a fairly slender watch, probably about 11mm tall. you can see there it raises quite high up, and then you push it closed. You have to push it a little bit and close it. So that's pretty good. 20mm height will be a bit of a squeeze. I'm going to be honest with you. However, for the majority of watches, it should be completely fine. So yeah, my bracelet watches genuinely fit like a glove. So if you have a larger size wrist, it won't be much of an issue. However, if you have much smaller wrists, then it might end up being quite a bit of a squeeze to fit the watch onto the insert. However, you know, this is literally just foam, so it would be easy enough just to trim a little bit off either side to be able to fit a watch on with a smaller bracelet. So whilst we're talking about the insert, I might as well show you it with a strap as well. Obviously with a strap it's not an issue because you just pick the hole that you want. This is the Chris Ford C63. It's got a bit of a stiff strap, but you can see there, goes in nicely, closes it, and then open it up, and there it is, sitting pretty. You see the sort of like the top and the bottom of the foam insert tend to bend around a bit, so it'll most likely do that if you have a slightly smaller wrist size than 7 inches. So the RENITOR logo is cut into the bottom edge of the foam insert, which is a nice touch, nice and neatly and accurately done. Additionally, there's a number of loops around the outside to fit a small padlock, and I mean a very small padlock. You can see just either side of the clasp, 2 small little markings there. I mean, we're talking teeny tiny. I mean, the kind of padlock that you probably just sneeze and it'll break. The attached carry cord is very handy for transportation as well, so that's pretty cool, and I like that. So that's it from top to bottom, really. You know, what are my final comments on it? Well, I have actually used this, the real deal, recently for an overnight business stay, and I took my nth Santa Fe, which is quite a slender watch, so it housed the watch really well. It was rugged enough to hold its own, obviously, and it was compact enough not to take too much space in my small travel case that I was taking. So really there's nothing at fault, and it also comes with a microfiber cloth as well, with the RENITOR logo on, so that's pretty cool. Nice addition. You can always fold that up and keep it in the case, and then you've got a microfiber cloth when you're traveling too. Sure, the Flexifit insert needs to be better finished. I don't know if that's a one-off or something that happens regularly, but it is a genuinely very practical and useful case, which is really well built, which costs less than 25 quid. And because of those things, you know, I'm happy to overlook that. And in actual fact, if I just scratched away, it would look a lot better, but I wanted to keep it just to show you. So if you're after a seriously sturdy but affordable travel case, then this RENITOR is certainly worth your consideration. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, drop a comment too, what you think about this watch case, or which watch case you would prefer for traveling. So thank you again. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.